All right, Coach, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Sunshine State in TIAA Bank Field here in Jacksonville. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Buffalo Bills and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And that one carries out of the side of the end zone for a touchback, so that will come out now to the 25-yard line. On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette, and he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. That one good for 10 yards, and that'll make it second and a foot or so. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Here you go. 13's crossing. Check 13.
On second down, here's Fournette. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
Second and inches is awesome. oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Here we go, get inside, let's go, get out, get out. Under.
Prescott looks to throw on first. Finding some room in midfield. And he'll get that to Fournette, complete. And all the way down to the 41-yard line. A good pick up there of 20 yards. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I'd missed him, it would have been a
different story.
long night.
Trent Murphy, the one to bring him down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
49's the mic. Gun. Watch QB drop. Watch QB. Here we go, get inside, let's go, get up.
Prescott now on second down. Flush to his right. A throw left side, complete to his receiver, Westbrook. Touchdown, Jaguars. In for the score. And the Jags have taken the early lead. Well, that's how they envisioned it. Get the football to start the game and score.
And I don't know if that was scripted. Was it an audible? Or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right call on against the right defense, and they end up in the end zone.
Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And that makes the score 7-0. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. Snap comes at 1, and it's Allen. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they'll get him down here at the 23. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
Big edge, big edge, big edge. Rush in. All right, now, look at 56.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And oh, his first carry, he loses the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney! Kill! Over!
Allen from the gun on third down, eluding the pressure right. And he fires one, but incomplete. You got a young quarterback, maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that, because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
The Jags offense now gets set and heads back onto the field. Now they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. 2nd down, Prescott. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down.
That was impressive to me, because while it was a pass play, they still rallied to the football like they were filling running lanes, and they were able to put the receiver on the ground.
And the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Trying to lay one up deep. He's got a man, complete.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Here we go, 46. Here we go, 46. Hey, pick it up, defense. Start there, over here. Start there. I got motion. 46.
Prescott on 1st down. Throw taken in by Taylor, left side. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks, because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
And he completes it to Westbrook. A good pickup there, a 22.
When you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had to read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a...
Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. DJ Chark, his first touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars add on to their lead. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And it's now 14-0. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Bills offense coming out, ready to take over. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On first down, Allen. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
No.
A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. Over the middle, the catch made by Mitchell. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. They'll run it now out of the gun. Space to run past the 20. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bills draw a bit closer. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Gold with the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Here you go. 4 down.
They begin with a run by Fournette. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Here you go.
A 2nd down throw for Prescott. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final. They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here. 3rd and 10.
Switch is 8.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. Forced out to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep, and he fires one that's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 47. Not the best of plays there as a quarterback. You're right-handed, rolling left, trying to throw it that far downfield.
I remember a coach of mine saying, son, that's the equivalent of trying to get the car keys out of your pocket with your opposite hand while you're trying to run. You just can't do it.
No. Check. Patriot. Check 50. Check 37.
So after the INT, it's Allen. It's caught, Lockett, and able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did.
Here we go. Gun!
So the shotgun snap to Allen. Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Picked by Ronnie Harrison. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move. Hey, here we go. Wide up.
Fournette, a first down carry. And he'll take this up to about the 7 or 8 yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
I think they're ahead of schedule now after that run. They might be bold with this 2nd down call after that type of a gain.
Let's go. Let's finish now. Watch tight. Tight end's right. Watch tight. Hey, 47. 26.
The pitch to Fournette. Fournette, a first down, still going. That good for 22 and a first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Fournette proven to be even more dangerous this year than as a rookie as the Jags come up 1st and 10. Here's a give to Fournette. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
We got three. Three down. SOS. Here we go, 47. 26.
Prescott off play action. He's got his man on the crossing route. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
Go. Here we go, 47. Move. 26.
A first down throw for Prescott. He'll get this over to Westbrook. It's complete. 23 yards on the play. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Prescott now 9 of 11 passing in this first half. He's got his guys at 1st and 10.
Like 28. Here we go, 46.
Play action now, Prescott. And that is incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
He's coming. Check in. Then we're going to 53. Check. Here we go, 46. 26.
A second down throw for Prescott. The open man is Westbrook. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Here we go 46, 46. You go 46, 26.
On third down, it's Prescott. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Jaguars add 6 to their lead. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Back onto the field now comes the Bills offense. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Allen going to try and throw on 3rd down. To the right side, it's caught by Mitchell. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Officially, 1:54 to go in this first half. Back with more from Jacksonville. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this. This quarterback now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. Now a timeout called for by the defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. 36, 36.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And some room to work. The 20. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. A big play here for the Bills. 46 yards.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. Gun, 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 gun. Gun, 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 gun. Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal.
No. Check. Patriot. Detroit. Gun. Watch him now, Barney. Tighten up. Watch him now, Barney.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. And now the Jags going to signal for another timeout, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1.
Here we go. Detroit. Gun. Watch him now, Barney. Switches. Gun.
Allen now on 3rd and goal. Escaping the pressure right. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. Tyler Lockett, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bills have cut it to within a score.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did, and they didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. The Jaguars offense now heads back onto the field. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that could change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Watch 7. 26.
First down, Prescott. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
58's the mic. 58's the mic. Oh, yeah. Here we go, 47. Here we go again. 26.
Throwing again, Prescott on 2nd and 10. Buying time to his left.
On 3.
Makes to maneuver at the 40. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville.
Certainly making his presence felt in both the pass and the run game. He's having an impact.
Yeah, his first carry of the game right there. He had hurt him with his arm. Now he's showing that he can shuffle the puppies as well.
Here we go, 46. Here we go, 47. I'm going to run you over. Here we go, 47. 46.
Prescott looks to throw on first. He's going to launch this thing way down. And that's caught at the 25. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. On 1st and 10, Prescott dancing to his left. And that is caught, but he will come down out of bounds, says the side judge. Incomplete. He was trying to get it to Taywan Taylor, and that'll bring up 2nd down. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. Right hash mark of 42-yard attempt. And Lambeau will put this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. So they get the 3, increase their lead to close out the half.
Excellent way to end a drive, going to the locker room with a little bit of extra momentum after adding 3 to their total.
So we reach, well, who needs a halftime? Am I right? Let's resume play. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Out come the Bills now as they'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive.
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
Watch it now, Barney.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Left side, it's caught by Mitchell. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he will have the first down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time.
All right, now look at 56.
7
Lucky
yards
56.
there, good enough to move the sticks.
Detroit! Detroit! Gun! 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 Man, I got you. Over!
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. Being chased out left. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw.
Detroit!
Either your receiver gets it
All right, now,
or no
lucky
one
56.
gets it.
Lucky
Give him a lot of
56.
credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one
All
got
right,
it.
now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Watch him now, Barney.
Allen will try again on 2nd down. Flushed out right. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. Here's Allen. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A gain of 39 that time.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
It's complete to Brown, right side. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. And boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
Gun! 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 Watch him now, Barney! Barney!
Allen from the gun on 3rd down. He's got a man. It's Mitchell. And he has the 1st down before he's tackled at the 5.
Detroit!
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Gun! 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 Gun!
Don't be mad. Don't be mad. Don't worry. There's more coming.
Gun! 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 Watch him now, Barney! Barney! Check safety! Check safety! Watch him now, Barney! Barney!
From the gun, it's Allen. And Brown's got it for a Bills touchdown. As his guys are in for 6, and the Bills draw a bit closer. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball out of the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Prescott on 1st down. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that's caught at the 25. Touchdown, Jaguars. Dak Prescott now 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon. And the Jaguars add on to their lead. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who is a complete guy who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. The Bills getting set to go. They did what they had to do to start this third quarter, went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
Allen now on first down. Steps away to his left. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Telvin Smith able to get in and run him down for a loss of 14. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. Second and 24.
Patriot! Patriot! Gun!
Allen operating from the gun. Forced out to his left. Throw left side complete. It's Mitchell. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
Flush to his right. Wide open receiver complete. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 right at the 40. Operating from the gun. Allen over the middle here to Brown. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
Now Allen again. This complete to Lockett. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. Well, they brought the pressure, and that meant man coverage behind him, so he's still able to complete the pass.
Even as he took the hit. And that's what you have to do, because I was just talking with a coach the other day, and he said, look, it's not always going to be pretty back there. You're going to have to give me completions. Even when you're taking some hits, sometimes you have to be your own blitz control, for lack of a better term. Got to make completion step up and make.
Strong right. No gain on this,
Detroit! Watch him now, Barney! Watch him now, Barney!
And again, it's Allen. Over the middle, complete. That's Todd. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Leopard!
I smell fear in that offense.
Watch twist! Over!
Allen looks to throw on 2nd down. This will be caught just inside the 10. And here he'll get it down to the 7. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. The Bills on third down. They have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Mike, one.
Gun.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3 and out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set to go again. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1-play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Watch tight end. Gun. Go, get up.
Prescott now on 2nd down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon. But with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
They'll try and run for it with Fournette. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1.
Rush in.
They'll go with a big back Fournette. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th.
Well, they didn't accomplish their goal. They didn't get a stop there, gave up another first down. They have all 3 timeouts in their pocket. I think defensively, you've got to start thinking about using them here.
I was just going to ask you at what point you think now's the go time?
I think now's the go time. I don't think you sit back and wait because they can take a lot of time off the clock between plays and run 3 to 4 and really put you in a stressful spot.
Sharks got it left side and to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
First target, first catch, and a first down. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Go. Get out there. 26.
They go back to the ground now with Fournette. 10 yards there, good enough for a Jags first down. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
What do you think? What do you think?
They keep it with Fournette on first down. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right. You got three down.
They'll toss it to Fournette. Down to about the 22 here. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Good gain there on first down. It keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him. Ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively.
3 down. Here we go, 46.
Tighten up.
47. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
Fournette on the toss to the right. And they'll get him down right about the 20. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. A handoff to Fournette. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not at a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because both teams finding ways to click. And you know people who love this game, they also love baseball games that are 14-11 with 3 or 4 home runs mixed in.
So for the Jags, they pick up win number 4 on the campaign as they emerge victorious here. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Arizona Cardinals next week. Meanwhile, for Buffalo, the loss will drop them to 4-2 on the year. And now they'll head to the bye week as they'll be back in action in Week 8. So that's a wrap. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. The Jaguars are winners here as we say so long from Jacksonville.
you you